All right, we are back with the Real Estate Huddle, and thanks for joining us for episode 46. We are nearing 50, you guys. This is awesome. Thank you for our listeners, and this is a fun one because we get to talk about, honestly, it's one of my favorite times of year in Colorado, the fall. And I know a lot of you love getting outdoors, seeing things with your family and friends. And so we're going to talk about what to do in Colorado during the fall, and maybe like even for the natives out there, like we'll brainstorm and think of a few things that you maybe didn't think of initially that you could do to have a great time outdoors in the fall, and some indoors actually. So let's kick it off. What if you had a weekend in September or October in Colorado? What would you guys go do first?
We go to the mountains. We love to ski.
Are you one of those leaf peepers?
Just leaf peeping. Hey, I grew up in the Northeast, and we went to Vermont, and that's where the real leaf peeping, which no one calls it leaf peeping.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love going to the mountains. I think our fall kicks off. My daughter's birthday is always right around Labor Day.
Okay.
So we almost are always up there, and you get art festivals everywhere. The the farmers markets are still kicking. Oktoberfest. We spend a lot of time talking about why is Oktoberfest always in September. Your question. But and then hiking. The hiking in the fall, like the weather's great. It was 70 degrees there where it was 90 here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's
for
perfect.
us, fall time, go to the mountains.
Yep. Jasmine's birthday is October 2nd. She always wants to go to the mountains. That's her number one thing. And so we end up doing that too, for sure.
And I forgot about Oktoberfest. I've done that. It's a lot of fun. It's great food.
There's always
great
food.
entertainment.
Yeah, free beer.
Free beer.
The largest,
Is it free?
yeah, they give out some free beer.
I don't drink beers. I don't either.
The largest street party in Colorado. Did you know that?
No.
9,600 people can fit on that street. It's the largest street
Which is
party in
this?
Colorado, in Breckenridge, the Oktoberfest.
Oh, the one in Breckenridge.
Yeah.
We were in Keystone. But anyway, there's always great music. Polka. I took a lot of pictures of Lederhosen. This is kind of funny. I'm like talking to my wife. I'm like, man, that just looks so freaking hot. The guys are kind of waddling because they're leather.
Yeah.
And this gal turns around and says, no, they make them with like side vents, apparently. She heard me I think it was very funny.
Wow.
But a lot of men wearing leather Lederhosen. It was still probably 80 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't look
Leather.
comfortable.
Yeah, you need some side vents in that leather, for sure.
That sounds hot.
So, yeah, what else, Brock?
So if you had want to just do like a fun drive with the kids or with the family, there's the Peak to Peak Highway between Netherland and Allens Park. Real curvy roads, a lot of great scenic pull-offs there for a lot of the fall colors. So very popular for folks with sports cars or motorcycles. It's a great ride. That's real popular. Those that like to do hiking and get up at some elevation. Kenosha Pass is always kind of like a staple there, so you got to get there early. Parking ends up being kind of a nightmare off of 285 there, but that's about an hour away from Denver. That's a great one. There's one that's just a little shy of that. Staunton State Park has got some really good ones. I've done that as a fall color ride quite often, and that's a great area to go into.
Nice.
So beautiful area, great overlooks, and they've got just a grove of aspens that you ride through for probably 500 yards. You're just right in the middle of it.
Is
So
that where you were showing it?
yeah, it's
I've
really
actually done that right.
Yeah, that's a pretty
there you
drive.
go. So
I was counting on you for the bike trails and like the back in deep roads. Like I knew you were going to come up with something good
yeah,
there.
Kenosha's a fun one. I've done that kind of annually. They just did a lot of trail maintenance on the trails out there, so I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like. But
Nice.
you can go up to like a Georgia Pass and then come back down around, and it's about a 25-mile loop. Gets up to almost 11 or 12,000 feet. So
Sweet.
you'll feel it.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Real beautiful area.
Yeah. Well, for those of you that are like from out of state that haven't seen what aspens look like in the fall in the mountains in Colorado, like it is, I mean, you get the reds, the bright yellows, oranges, all the colors. If you go early enough, you get greens on top of all that, right? But it like goes in phases. So it's fun to take like 3 or 4 different trips up there to see the different phases of colors. And like if you time it just right, it looks like it's on fire, like all the
First
trees.
couple weekends,
So cool.
everything changes over that each week, and then it goes pretty fast. So you kind of you really have to catch it.
Yeah,
quick.
I've seen it where like the day before was peak at Kenosha,
Mm-hmm.
and then that day we were in like 4 inches of snow when we were up at the top. So
Yeah, everything
it comes quickly. So, but you're riding on a yellow brick road, so it was kind of majestic on that aspect. If you had a full weekend going down to Crested Butte, go down to Kebler Pass. It's got some beautiful. It's like one of the most famous, iconic spots. Beautiful area down there too. So, but that's from Denver. That's about a 4.5 hour drive. But beautiful area. There's great eating down in Crested Butte as well. So
It's awesome.
That's on the backside of Maroon Bells. So people may recognize
Has anyone
that.
done that? Have you done that hike?
I
Where you
have.
go between? Oh, we
Yep.
haven't done that yet.
We've done the Aspen 4-pass loop.
Aspen
that-
for
yeah.
The Maroon Bells?
Yeah.
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 It's unreal.
It's like a sacred place to me. I love that area.
So cool.
Trail Rider, Snowmass, all those passes are
But the
awesome.
pass where you go from Crested Butte to Aspen,
Oh, I haven't done
that's
that.
what I'm talking about. Oh.
No, I've just done around the
Apparently
Crested
it's a
Butte.
great hike. It's like an
409
11-mile
trail.
hike. Fall would be bomb, but I'm sure it's crowded as hell.
Yeah.
You
I,
just have to get, someone's got to bring a car. You got to have a car on the other end. Otherwise, you're going to hike.
You have
11
people
miles.
start on one end, other people start on the other, and swap keys in the middle of it.
That's fun.
That's what we've done in Kenosha. We start from Breckenridge and Kenosha Pass, and then swap keys.
Yeah.
So works a great setup there. So
So lots of cool hikes and bike rides and everything. We love just riding bikes in Frisco Main Street and like going for like on Highway 6, like around Keystone and Breckenridge. Like there's just so many like bike trails that you can ride there with road bikes or mountain bikes and have a great time too.
you can go to Estes Park and be one of the tourists getting speared by the elk out there if you're not careful. Respect it, but like the elk literally take over the town. So
These
it's
are
kinda
massive animals, like huge. And they're,
Don't touch them. Don't try to touch them.
Yeah.
Right?
Jasmine gets chills every time she's around animals. It's like the funniest thing. She'll get like goosebumps all up her arms when she sees animals. It's crazy, like in the wild.
The first time we camped, this is years ago when we moved here, we were outside Estes Park, and you hear them. They do not sound like 2-ton animals.
No, they
So you
They sound
don't know
pretty
what it
wimpy.
is, and then you open up, and they're.
Until one comes right next to your tent and they bugle. And
What do
you're
they
like,
sound
That is
like?
a 2-ton animal.
I don't remember, but they don't sound like they're a huge animal. That's all.
Show us, Chad. What do they sound?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
So it's, I have
Yeah.
to get
Spencer,
my-
what do they sound like?
yeah. Let me.
Give us a call.
I did a mic check before and it's not going to work for the mic check.
Luckily, it won't work.
No, yeah, I had a time where we were camping up in close to Rocky Mountain National Park, and I was like, you know that point where you're like almost asleep, but you're somewhat kind of awake. You're in that kind of lucid state.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, I hear like breathing next to my tent and just a bugle, like as loud as can be. Scared the crap out of me, but it was one of the coolest things ever.
Sound like this.
I don't know, so
There we go.
That one was weak.
I feel like
Now you
waking
know.
up at like
When you
5
get-
in the morning to do, use
Well,
the facilities.
It's
And then,
that's a good one.
You were scared of that?
No, I wasn't. It just startled me.
Man,
But they're
Jesse's
big
getting
animals.
better with the sound effects
we were
here.
25 in the campground.
That's
We had like 5 tents.
well, yeah. No, they're
Little kids,
They're
They were
everywhere.
kind of scared.
Yeah, they should be. They're big animals. That's another thing about this time of year, though. Like going into the fall,
When they're in the rut.
when they're in the rut, that's hunting season, right? So you have every hunter knows that Colorado, a big thing we're known for is elk, right? And elk and mule deer and all that kind of stuff. And so you have that. For me personally, my favorite time is this time because I start upland game hunting. So pheasant, grouse, quail, all that stuff. If you can get I really want to do a sandhill crane one because I guess they're really good to eat, but you have to get a tag for it. So I'm waiting for that. But that's all from like I think first week in November, first or second week in November for upland game, and then it goes for most species all the way to like the end of January.
So
Yeah.
what you're offering is
Don't come for me, PETA.
What you're offering
I
is
eat it.
bringing all of us everything that you've hunted.
Sure. No, I've got pheasant in my freezer right now.
Okay.
I'll bring you some.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
We've
funny.
got
I did not
guys who
expect that
make-
from you, Kim.
Sausage.
I'll eat
Like,
it. I just won't shoot it.
Yeah, that's fair. I got you. I'll
After
process
a
it.
tennis match, instead of like hot dogs or like chips and dip, elk sausage.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I've been
Elk's
wanting
good.
to get into big
Elk's
game
really
hunting
good.
for a long time, and I've just never pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But
No, so hunting, there's still fishing. I mean, the weather's like perfect, right, in Colorado during the fall. So the other thing at Estes Park is you got the Stanley Hotel, right, which is famous for being in several movies. and
What movies are those?
Several.
The Shining, Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumber also.
Yeah.
That was an Aspen, no?
No, and also Estes Park and Salt Lake City Airport.
Salt Lake City,
But, like, they
That's right.
And it was
a lot of the scenes like at the party, with the big ball.
I
like,
just
they're
watched
coming
that
out.
movie 2 weeks
Here you
ago.
go. Here you go. When he's passing out the dollar bills. Here you go, Barn. And when he's got his like fur shoe like boots on and stuff. Like that's all
Go
Estes
back
Park.
to doing those monthly market updates.
Yeah.
The movie quotes.
So
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
That was fun. But the Stanley is haunted. There's a lot of places with paranormal activity in Colorado during the fall, during Halloween time that you can check out.
Supposedly.
Well, no, it's real. Have you been to the melting pot? It's real. The women's bathroom. I've never been there, but I hear it's real. And the other thing too is Hotel Colorado in Glenwood Springs is like one of the most haunted places in the world.
Really?
Yes.
Never
And
heard
so if you want a thrill and a scare during the fall season, like head up to Glenwood and go stay at the Hotel Colorado, and we'll see if you make it out. If you do make it out, tell us and post a comment on our podcast here, so we know you made
We'll
it.
be your
You're okay.
emergency contact.
We'll be worried about
Can
you.
they guarantee that nothing follows you home?
No, they can't.
Oh,
That's why you should do it, Kim.
You're haunted forever.
Do it.
Just sprinkle a little holy water on you. It'll be good.
I think Colorado, everyone thinks of skiing. Skiing's great. It's the best place to come.
Prep
Summers
for
are generally,
late fall.
I think, the best. Like, we spend a lot more time in the summers, but this period for us, like Labor Day until that snow, not a lot of people there. What do I call them? Leaf peepers? There's leaf peepers.
Yeah.
That's only like 3 weeks.
A little cheaper stay too. Like
Totally cheap.
Hotel.
You can rent my place. Just let me know.
Yep.
But it's the best place. The weather is spectacular
Yeah.
up until mid-October.
Yeah, it's a good intro into the winter with like 30s for the morning, and then it gets to 50, 60, 70.
Yeah, we were,
Nice
we were up at
brisk
Labor Day. We
morning.
closed our window at night because it got so chilly.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Allergies.
Definitely. And then we have to tell everybody we actually have a fall festival, fall party that we throw for our clients, which is pretty epic. And it's at Clement Park every year. And this year it's October 19th from 8 in the morning to 12. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a great time. And if you are a subscriber, listener to the show, you're welcome to
We're gonna
come.
put
We'd
that
love to have you
underneath,
come.
you know,
Yeah.
edited in.
Do you know what we look like too? If you've been watching us on YouTube, so come find us. If you show up, come say that you came because of the podcast. That would be the coolest thing
Hot air
ever.
balloons with the
Let's-
Remax.
Remax hot air balloon rides.
Get there early for the balloons.
If you've never rode a hot air balloon, you need to come. You'll go 150 feet in the air, tethered ride on cars, but you'll go up and down, so we can give a lot of people that
Get
experience.
there early. The pancakes.
There's pancakes.
Yeah.
Fun making them.
Jimmy Dean sausage,
Jimmy Dean sausage.
pancakes, yeah, family
Pumpkin
photos.
patch.
Oh yeah, family photos, face painting,
Yep.
jumping castle.
Yep.
Big park.
You
Big
can
park, yeah.
walk away with some pumpkins for your family.
Clement Park is one of
Yeah.
the coolest parks.
And they're expensive.
everything.
Pumpkins are expensive now.
Yeah.
So we give out it was like 5,000 pumpkins last year.
Yeah,
They get
I don't know
shipped
how
in
we're
from
doing
Kansas.
that in this economy.
In this
That
economy?
many.
Well,
Yeah,
I
in this
heard
economy.
something
Yes.
in all seriousness that we lost our pumpkin provider and we had to find a new supplier. No?
Oh, that might be
Actually,
right.
about that.
That might be right. But I'm sure
Pumpkins
it'll
were
be
great
epic.
quality last year, though. I was impressed.
There's a lot of farmers out there.
Even the ones you dropped? Like,
Oh, I don't drop pumpkins. That never happens to me. Too valuable.
that was fun. That's really fun. About it. And the weather, talking about good fall weather, last year was epic.
Yeah.
And it's always on a Saturday, which means next day is football day.
Yep.
So we got college football, which college football here is what it is.
Yeah.
But we have Broncos, Denver Broncos, like probably biggest sports team in Denver.
Which Denver is Broncos country.
It is.
So
We
like
are
if
Broncos
if
country.
there's one sport that's followed more than any other,
But
even though
But wait, it's not just Broncos season.
yes.
Which they just missed it by a hair this year, if the Rockies go to the playoffs, we have Rocktober.
Rocktober. When was the last Rocktober?
They
Spencer?
just missed it. And then we have the Avs
Rockies.
start up end of September. And then Nuggets are also starting
End of October.
end of October.
Yep.
That's a
So
pretty good run.
Busy.
Yeah,
Broncos country, sure, but it's a lot more fun watching the Avs.
Avs and Nuggets are
Nuggies
the real
get to the
deal.
top.
They're
I was really
championship
hoping
contenders.
Rockies were going to make it this year, but missed it by that much.
Yeah,
I
just-
mean,
Right
could've
above
been
the White Sox.
right?
Yeah, and
However-
White Sox had a rough end. Too.
However, you heard it here first. There are early rumors about the Monforts talking about possibly selling the team.
Yes.
Early,
I've heard them.
very early talks. That's the rumor. But
So did
I've never
I.
even heard that rumor before, but I am now
Woody
hearing it.
Page at the Denver Post. Who knows?
But oh man, wouldn't that be nice
Oh man,
to have 4 good teams
that
in
would
town?
be great.
We can only have
If
2.
that's what you want.
Oh, we'll get a lot of comments on that one.
But a
awesome.
great sports town.
Yeah, incredible.
I'm still hopeful for the Buffs. That was a bummer the other day, but
Prime, Coach Prime. We'll see what he can do.
He ain't hard to find.
Once he lost that toe, I think things are going to go downhill.
They need to win some games. All the criticism is going to come hard if they don't win some games.
They already are coming pretty hard.
So I think we hit some of the main ones. There's also the botanical gardens are amazing this time of year. They do a very cool light show also at Hudson Gardens off of Santa Fe and Littleton. That's a really amazing display of all these pumpkins with lights in them and stuff. And so that's a really fun family activity to do.
Does the Denver Zoo do a Halloween zoo light
Boo
thing?
with the zoo.
I know they do the
They do.
Christmas zoo
I know
lights,
they do
Yep.
Christmas.
but I think they do a Halloween event as well.
The zoo's got some cool stuff, and there's
Yep.
there's the botanical gardens in Denver, but there's also the Chatfield Botanical Gardens.
Chatfield one is where the corn maze is. We're a
Yep.
little before that, but we're kind of easing into Halloween season. They call it Boo at the Zoo, or they used to.
It
Yeah.
still is.
No, they still
Starts
do it.
October 4th.
Larkspur also has a really cool pumpkin patch down there. It's a little south, like 45 minutes to an hour south of Denver.
You go north to Anderson Farms. They've got a corn maze. You can do pumpkins up there. So they have kind of all the classic stuff. They've got fresh pressed apple cider, different things like that. So
There's
Nice.
a couple out in Elizabeth that are actually family run acreage
Yep.
ranches that have some pretty cool little pumpkin patches and
That's the best
corn
time of year.
mazes and all the good stuff.
Go have some fun on the farm.
Come down here.
yeah.
Back east, they're everywhere. Here it's a little more special.
Too dry.
Yeah, and then just the timing of it. Like the elk run is usually right around Labor Day, and that first half of September. So if you're listening to this when it comes out, you'll probably miss that. Sorry, next year go check that one out. But hopefully this has been helpful to get some ideas for what to do for the fall. And there's all kinds of like the what's it called, like the 10-story place, the haunted house that's downtown, that like they say you like if you make it all the way up you get a free entrance. Basically like they'll give you a refund because most people get scared off and leave.
yeah.
It's like the 10th floor,
13th floor.
13th floor.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes
So that one is
We only have
epic.
Never heard of this.
It's in Denver.
Spencer.
They
Like,
just make it inside a high rise.
Do they really? They probably do. It could be.
yeah.
13th floor doesn't exist. That's what they say.
So lots of things to do. Colorado is one of the greatest places to be in the fall. And anything else, guys, before we close?
Put your sweaters on because it's coming.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part.
Fall
I get
chill.
to wear hoodies and vests.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
Elish
The
Gardens,
girliest
still
thing
put
about
on
me.
theirs.
Spencer looks great in hoodies. He really
Yeah,
does.
I do.
He looks great in it.
Don't
Look
you
great
wear them in
hoodies.
August at the ice rink anyway?
Yeah, I'm always in a hoodie. I'm always in a hoodie.
Mullet with a hoodie just really works well.
Yeah. Hoodie vest combo is even better. So
Okay. Thanks for listening, you guys. We'll catch you on the next one.
Ciao.
So if you have enjoyed what you're listening to and you'd like to hear more, make sure to press that subscribe button so that you can not miss out on any more episodes that are coming up. And also check out all of our contact information is below. You can see us at the dreamsmithteam.com to look up more information about our team and our history and all of the members of our team and see contact information that you can reach us if you have any real estate needs.
see you next time.